Once you have colored all 5 of your leaves, you are ready to cut them out. I traced all of my leaves on the same paper, so I found that it was easy to cut each leaf off of that main paper to make it easier to cut. So once I have this leaf cut out, I'm going to start cutting around it. Now, it would take a really long time for me to cut exactly perfectly on all of these lines. So that's why I'm going to leave a little white border so that it's a lot easier. So when you're cutting, you always hold with one hand and the other hand does the work. If you're a lefty, then it would just be opposite. And I'm going to use the back of my scissors, cutting a little border. Once I get to a little bump in the leaf or the leaf's lobe like we talked about, you can just angle your paper, angle your scissors just ever so slightly. You don't need to put your scissors like this and point it towards you. You can just keep it facing up the whole time and move your paper to make the cut. Try not to use the tip of your scissors when you're cutting, but to use the back of the scissors near that little dot on the scissors. And the reason I say that is it just makes a cleaner cut and it's much easier to use the scissors that way. If I'm always using from the tip, I tend to get little cuts that look really hairy, kind of like this, where they're just flicking off everywhere, and I don't want that. I want them to be nice, clean cuts. So I'm moving my paper, and notice I started this way, but now I'm cutting this way. If I was still cutting this way, it wouldn't make sense. So I want to turn my paper as I'm cutting my leaf. All right, right here it kind of goes way in to my leaf. I don't have to cut all the way back there. I'm just going to turn my paper again and get out of there. All right, anywhere where the leaf kind of dips in, just turn your paper a little bit and then turn it again, and that will be good. Remember, you can just make a little border so that it's easier to cut. All right, I'm going to cut this one out, my last one, and then I'm set. And make sure you always throw away your scraps or just put them somewhere else so they're out of your workspace.